ॐ ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाखया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरून् दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्य ईश्वरम्। Welcome back, Mataji's. So we are doing the third chapter, and we will not do the recap. The last class recap was that Prabhupada is emphasizing about the attitude, not only the just the process, but the attitude. The attitude of humility is what makes the process successful. So we'll continue from there. One of the differences between Krishna, from here, can anyone read?
Yes,
Okay.
Mataji.
Yeah, Ramya Mataji. Yeah.
One of the differences between Krishna and an ordinary being is that an ordinary entity can be in only one place at a time. But Krishna can be everywhere in the universe and yet also in his own abode simultaneously. Krishna's abode in the transcendental kingdom is called Goloka Vrindavan. The Vrindavan in India is that same Vrindavan descended on this earth. When Krishna descends himself by his own internal potency, his Dhamma or abode also descends. In other words, when Krishna descends on this earth, he manifests himself in that particular land. Despite this, Krishna's abode remains eternal in the transcendental sphere. In the Vaikunthas, in this verse, Krishna proclaims that one who comes to his abode in the Vaikunthas never has to take birth again in the material world. Such a person is called a Mahatma. The word Mahatma is generally heard in the West in connection with Mahatma Gandhi. But we should understand that Mahatma is not the title of a politician. Rather, Mahatma refers to the first class Krishna conscious man who is eligible to enter into the abode of Krishna. The Mahatma's perfection is this: to utilize the human form of life and the resources of nature to extricate himself from the cycle of birth and death. Next, should I read, Mataji?
No, Mataji, thank you so much.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So the word Mahatma, what it means,
Mm.
it is being discussed in this paragraph. Prabhupada is giving very nice explanation that this Mahatma, first of all, he knows that the Lord descends and Lord's activities, his birth, everything is not like ordinary being. Ordinary beings here, they take birth because of previous karmas. According to previous karmas, they get a body, a family, a society accordingly. If the previous karmas are very, very impious, sinful, accordingly, he gets very difficult life in this particular birth. Accordingly, a difficult body is awarded. And it is like a cage, body is a cage. He cannot escape it unless that full karma he has to suffer in that cage. Then he will again move on to the next body, depending upon what karma he does in this particular cage. So that is the condition of an ordinary entity. But Krishna, when he descends, when we celebrate his Janmashtami, his birthday, it is not just some birthday like how an ordinary child takes birth in from the womb of his mother because of the father and mother getting uh, united. It is not that. We will see, I mean, if we read Krishna book later on sometime, or you have already read it, that how Krishna comes in the womb of Devaki. First, he appears in
Wonderful.
the. Yes, please. Someone is
No,
trying to
Mataji,
answer.
please.
Yeah. So first he appears
From the heart.
in
Yeah.
the heart of Vasudev. From the heart of Vasudev, he transfers himself to heart of Devaki. And from heart to he comes down to womb. So that is how he, in this particular descent, he planned how he is going to descend. Like that, for every avatar, we'll see he'll have different plans according to how he wants to appear. It's not that someone has forced him to appear in a certain family in a certain way, like how we are all forced by Maya. So he is above Maya. Maya is his servant. So he is not ordinary. His descent is not ordinary. And then comes his activities. His activities seem very, very ordinary at times. It is so confusing. Have you all heard about, how Hanuman got once confused? That story, if you want to listen, or you know that.
We don't know, Mataji, please tell.
Okay, I'll take 2 minutes so that
Oh,
the point that Prabhupada is making here becomes a little more, clearer. So once after Sita is lost and Ramchandra found Hanuman for help, and Hanuman was walking behind Ramchandra, and Ramchandra is walking and he's crying profusely, "Hey Sita, where are you? How can I live without you? This separation is so painful, like I am burning in fire." That kind of, he was crying very profusely. And Hanuman was thinking, "Oh my Lord, you are playing the role of a normal, ordinary human being. But if you cry like this, sometimes I'm getting this." He's thinking to himself, Hanuman is thinking to himself. Sometimes I'm really thinking, is this an ordinary man I'm walking behind, or he is a Purna Purushottam Bhagavan who is just playing this role? Sometimes I'm really, please don't play with my faith like this. Don't act so well. You're acting too well for this role. Like that, he was thinking in his mind. And then after some time, yes, Sita was found by Hanuman, and Hanuman does the service nicely. Then this war is also happening. During the war with Ravan, no, Ravan's son, Indrajit, right? He comes and he uses his Nagapash, that particular weapon, and that binds both Ramchandra and Lakshman. Lakshman loses his consciousness, and here now again, Ram is crying, I mean, crying loudly, like, "Who will save me? Help me to get rid of this Nagpash. Save me, save me." Who will save the Lord Himself? Who will save? And Hanuman is again, was that crying not enough for me to get bewildered? Now you are even, one step more. You are making me bewildered by crying like this, that you want help. You want someone to free you from this Nagpash. You are bewildering me even more, my lord. What is this? And who will do that? And then Ramchandra started saying, "Garud, Garud, Garud, please help, please help." And Hanuman is thinking, who is this Garud now? Like, you are the Lord, and who is going to come and save you? And then a large, very large bird comes there, and it it is eagle, right? And it eats away all the snakes. So this Nagpash very easily it eats away, and then Ramchandra is freed. Hanuman is watching all this, and then Garud starts to pray to Ramchandra. From a very far distance, Hanuman is not able to listen to their conversation. So, Hanuman, what he does, he climbs up a very large tree. On the top, he sits and sees what's happening down. "I want to know who is this Garud and who is the Lord. Is the Lord my Lord the supreme, or is there someone else who is going to help him and he is a supreme? What is happening here?" And he was praying to the Lord also, "Please don't bewilder me. I am not very strong in my faith. And if you play with my faith like this, I may lose it. So please help me. Please help me to retain my faith in you, that you are the Supreme Lord, and surrendering to you is enough. So please, my Lord, don't bewilder me." Like that, he was praying on the top of the tree. And below, Garud is telling to Ramchandra that, "You, my Lord, why are you thanking me? You called me as if I am going to save you. I am the Bhakta. Of course, when the Lord wants someone to save him, who will be the person? Only the devotees. He will choose only a devotee. So thank you for accepting me as your devotee, as your servant, and giving me this service. So I'm very grateful that you called me here. Then Ramchandra says, "Yeah, thank you for doing this service. What benediction do you want?" So Garud said, "What else I want? I am already your associate, I am already your servant, and you have very mercifully remembered me for service today. So, what else do I want? I don't want anything." But Ramchandra says, "No, no, you ask something. You have come so far, you should ask for something." So Garud says, uh, I heard that your form of two-handed form, playing a flute and crossed leg, that Tribhanga form is so beautiful. That is most beautiful form. Can I have a look at it? And then Ramchandra says, "Oh, what are you asking, Garud? Huh? You are asking me something which I'm going to do in next yuga, in Dwapar Yuga. This is Treta Yuga. Why are you asking for that preview now only? You have to wait and see. That will happen." And then Garud says, "My lord, you asked me to ask for a benediction, and this is the only desire I have to see you in the most beautiful form. And I heard that that is the most beautiful form, Sham Sundar form. So I asked for it. So now, what is my fault? If you do not want to grant that benediction, up to you. I don't have any other desire." And then Ramchandra says, "But you see, if I grant that to you, and now I show you here, all the Rakshasas are there, all the Vanaras are there. Everyone will look at it. It is not good. I am playing a Naralila here. I am playing a Purna Purushottam, like Maryada Purushottam avatar here. So I have to be in that role only. You should understand my constraints." So Garud says, "Don't worry, I have such big, large wings. I'll cover you totally, like a room I'll make for you. And inside the room, you can show me the form, Sham Sundar form." Then what happens? There is a room, of course, no one can see. But on the top, who is there? Hanuman.
Oh, Hanuman.
Hanuman could easily take the darshan of Sham Sundar. And Garud and Hanuman both were in ecstasy, dancing, jumping after that darshan. Then Hanuman thought, "Oh my lord, you are so merciful. Today you cleared all my doubts. Whatever was coming in between, my sadhana in between, like why is the Lord acting so well in the Naralila? Is he even this Purna Purushottam Bhagwan, or he is an ordinary person?" Sometimes I get such doubts. Today you cleared everything. I'm so happy, and you showed me the most beautiful form. And that is what I wanted to mention about, how to understand that the Lord is not ordinary, even when he is playing an ordinary role. Very, very ordinary role. Even when Krishna Leela, you'll see everyone misunderstands, and many times we see people questioning, how can a God be a thief? How can he steal butter? How can he steal clothes of gopis? How can he just Rohini Mataji, 1 second. How can he dance with others' wives at night? How can God do this? Maybe he is not God. Well, that is a point where we have to be very, very cautious about how Maya attacks and how Krishna bewilders us, and pray to Krishna that let us not lose faith, my Lord. Help us to retain faith. Send your representatives from whom we can hear about how your activities are all at the transcendental sphere. Prabhupada uses this word here, right? Transcendental sphere. He comes from the transcendental sphere, and he is situated in the transcendental sphere all the time, wherever he is. Yes, Rohini Mataji, you have a question. You are
Such a
raising your
beautiful
hand.
question, Madhuri. So, is this from Ramayana or where is this Garuda and
Yeah,
Hanuman
this is
saying
from
to this?
Ramayana only. But this Ramayana, I will get you the reference. I will post in the
Oh, okay.
group.
Sure,
That,
Madhuri.
yeah,
Very nice to hear. Thank you.
yeah. So then, this is one that he's always situated in the transcendental sphere whenever. he descends here also, he's still in his position. He doesn't come down from being transcendental to. Sorry for that. So this transcendental sphere, meaning that he is situated in his plane only all the time. He may appear to have come down to material world from Vaikuntha, from his eternal Goloka planet, but at the same time he is there in both the places. Here he is there, but still he is situated in his own sphere. What to speak about the Lord Himself when even the demigods they come to material world like Bhuloka sometimes, not material world, they're already in the material world. When from Swarga they come to Bhuloka, they don't touch, the uh, ground. They stay a little away above the ground. So even if they are maintaining their position in that way, their divine position, their demigod position in that way. What about the Lord? When He descends, even if He touches, but still He will remain away. That is His position. His position is even more higher than the demigods. So we pray to the Lord that we always have the knowledge about who Krishna is and who we are according to our relation to Krishna. If that knowledge is there with us all the time, and then only it is possible to worship Him with love and care. That the Lord, you do not want our service, but it is for our purification. You are allowing us to serve you in this form, whichever form you take, even the Archa Vigraha form, when you take that, that is fully transcendental. It is not to be seen as a stone or a wood. It is fully transcendental. You can act through uh, and reciprocate with your devotees in any form that you like and anywhere you want. Right? So this is what is the understanding of Mahatma. So all this discussion happened because Prabhupada wants to make us understand what is a Mahatma. So in the Western world, usually Mahatma means they think it is Mahatma Gandhi. But that is a title given to a politician. Mahatma actually refers to a Krishna conscious man who is eligible to enter into the abode of Krishna. This is the final verdict of this particular paragraph. So Mahatma means he has perfected his life. He is a very great Atma, great soul. What is a great soul? Who has perfected his life, who has utilized his human form perfectly, and who has extricated himself from the cycle of birth and death. So this is a person who is a Mahatma. Sometimes these Mahatmas they are there in this world only, but they also like Krishna only. No, they also are there here, but still not affected by this Maya, threefold Maya, all the modes and all the different miseries. They're not affected. That is a Mahatma. And yes, Mahatma is always in knowledge about who Krishna is and who he is, right? And in his relationship with Krishna, what is his duty and his service? He's always thinking about that only. So we will see in future this about particular about this word knowledge of who we are and who the Lord is, and the relation and the reciprocation of the Lord in that particular relation. We will see more about that in future when we read. But for now, I want to just mention that Krishna also knowledge about who he is and who we are. He will give only to the extent that is required to us. That we can, first of all, as sadhakas we can digest, and after this Mahatma stage also he will give the knowledge to only that extent which is in which they can reciprocate with the Lord in a very nice way. Say suppose Mahatma, the siddha stage after attaining perfection. Say suppose for example Yashoda Mai. So Yashoda Mai is already a perfected soul. She's a great soul. She's a Nitya Siddha. She's not even from Sadhaka. She did not become a Siddha. She is always a Nitya Siddha. So for her also, this knowledge is not there that Krishna is the supreme Lord, right? It for her it is her child. That's all. So that much knowledge only will Krishna is giving. But at times he will have his own leela of like of showing the universe in his mouth to Yashodamai like that. But still he will give the knowledge only necessary for that particular relationship, how much it should be. Like that only for say Hanuman, like how we were discussing, he considered himself a great servant. I mean, only a servant of the Lord. He's a very great servant of the Lord, and he need not have knowledge about the other rasas, you know. So Krishna will give him full satisfaction and full happiness, full bliss, ananda, complete ananda in that rasa only. So how much ever um, our knowledge is required for those already situated in their relationship with Krishna. For them also, Krishna doesn't give completely all the knowledge about himself. That is why our acharyas, they pray that we do not know you completely. Even Brahma prays that we do not know you completely. Sometimes it is bewildering to see that, no one knows him completely, but they are writing so many books about him as if they know. Yes, they know about Krishna, but still they do not know completely about Krishna. So that is a humility also, that those who actually know, they think that they do not know anything. And they are happy also at the same time that Krishna, you are giving me such understanding which is required for me, and you know what is good for me. They don't even demand to know more or know other rasas, to be engaged in other rasas or other rasas, how they feel, that kind of knowledge they want. They never ask for it. Whatever Krishna gives, they are happy with it. At the same time, they just want to remember Krishna always, and they want Krishna to give them remembrance. That's all. So for now, the question is, Krishna descends himself by his own dash.
Will
Krishna descends himself by his own dash.
Internal potency.
Internal potency. Yes. And we all come into the wombs of our mothers. We all came through what? Through the external potency. So there are two potencies. External potency is Maya. Internal potency is Yoga Maya. One is Mahamaya, other one is Yoga Maya. So the devotee, he is in the jurisdiction of Yoga Maya. And the non-devotees who are rebellious against Krishna, envious of Krishna, they are under the jurisdiction of external energy, that is uh, Mahamaya. So even the devotees also, when they appear for the pastimes of Krishna, internal potency arranges for everything. Right? We see how Baladev was moved from the womb of Devaki to Rohini. Through internal potency, all that happens. Right? So, those who practice Krishna consciousness, for them, internal potency acts. One more example about how internal potency and external potency acts and how a devotee looks at it. There was this time when Vidura, right? He was uh, very angry after Krishna was insulted as Shanti Dut, and he told Yudhishthira that I'm sorry, Dhritarashtra, that you are blinded, and you are blinded with so much moha for your son. You are unable to see who has come and whom you have insulted. So this is not correct. And being your minister, I have to correct you. I have to speak the truth. At that time, Duryodhana, he became so angry. He started to, blaspheme and shout and use abuses to Vidura. You actually are a son of a maid servant, and we have, kept you here and given you all these designations as a minister. That is our fault. We should have kept you at your place. And like that, so many abuses he starts to give. And for anyone to, after serving so long, and he has seen Duryodhana grow up in front of him, and now that this same Duryodhana is shouting at him, and no one is speaking against, correcting Duryodhana. Dhritarashtra is silent. And then Vidura, naturally, it is a very painful thing, like how we have been discussing in last class also. If anyone doesn't show up much as appreciation and all, how we should react. As a devotee, what should be our reactions? So here we can come to see how Vidura reacts. How Vidura reacts, he says, I am seeing internal potency of the Lord working for me and external potency of the Lord working for Duryodhana. When we read, I think you will see in third canto start or second can third canto towards the first few chapters. This discussion is there in Bhagavatam, where Vidura is very clearly is thinking to himself, I can see internal potency working for me. That means the Lord wants me to engage in His devotional service now. Enough of all the politics, all the governance, administration. Now it is time for you to retire. So now the internal potency is making me closer to the Lord and wanting me to leave this place and go on dham yatras. I want to worship the Lord and first of all purify myself by dham yatras. And there I will associate with those who are elevated, and with them I will be able to worship the Lord. And this immediately this descends on him, that internal potency is working to me, that I should engage in more devotional service. And this is a right time that I am getting freed of all this. Whenever Duryodhana is firing at him and asking him to leave, he's thinking this is the best time. My retirement time has come in. And who is arranging this? Internal potency is arranging. And who is arranging all this anger and whatever delusion that Duryodhana is undergoing right now? External potency. External potency is arranging all this to come out of his mouth according to his karma. And now he is uh, becoming even more entangled in his karma by choosing these kind of words. And this realization he shares to himself, and he immediately leaves without even protesting, without even saying a few words like, I have done so much to your family, all this, my life I have given you, but this is what I'm getting in return. This is my, what you say, severance pay or what. No, he just says, I don't want anything. I am very happy that now internal energy started working for me. Lord has taken me towards from the external potency to internal potency's lap. I am very happy. I hope it is this pastime is clear, Mataji's. So that is how this devotees think, that whenever anything happens, who is behind it? Krishna is behind it. You know, recently Mataji was asking, Rohini Mataji was asking about my realizations about Jagannath Puri Rath Yatra and all. Don't have many realizations. I don't know even the word realization what it means properly. But one Prabhuji, he was walking and someone came from behind and he started to talk about, uh, impersonal form of the Lord. Suddenly, Lord has no form. What do you think? He has got some pamphlets in his hands and he wants to distribute to everyone. Some ashram and something he runs, and he wants to preach his philosophy. And he was telling that I know the Lord has no form, that this, and my that particular devotee was telling, how can you say you came to Rath Yatra? That is the largest gathering, largest Ratha, largest form of the Lord. Here we can see, and you are saying he has no form, and that kind of, then the person started to argue more and more, and then this devotee started to walk away. And we asked, like, Prabhuji, what is your take on this? He said that I initially argued a little. I mean, I presented my points, that I was heard that he was telling the Lord has no form. We all have a form, and the Lord doesn't have a form. He doesn't have legs and hands and ears. This is very hurtful to hear, painful to hear for a devotee. But after some time, I realized that मतलब in Hindi he was telling Lord भगवान मेरे मजे ले रहे हैं. It is like something dawned on him and he thought that this person was sent by Krishna only to me, and now Krishna is watching our conversation and laughing. For his own entertainment, he has sent this person to me. And then suddenly a smile came on my face also, that how Krishna is taking a lot of pleasure in all this, like how I'm going to defend this person or whatever. And then I thought, Krishna, it's up to you now. This is what I can, the maximum I can say, and this is what I maximum I can entertain you with. And then I started moving. So this is how devotees see Krishna behind everything. Initially, maybe we take some time to come out of the, the instant feelings that hit us. Maybe that is sadness or sorrow or anger or um, sometimes pride also. But slowly, the devotees they settle down, and the less time they take, that the more advanced the devotee is. The less time one takes to see Krishna's hand behind what is happening, the more advanced he is. And that is a Mahatma. Uh, so we'll move to the next paragraph. An intelligent person knows. Who is reading?
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah.
An intelligent person knows that he does not want miseries, but they are inflicted upon him by force. As stated before, we are always in a miserable condition due to this mind, body, natural disturbances, or other living entities. There is always some kind of misery inflicted upon us. This material world is meant for miseries. Unless the misery is there, we cannot come to Krishna consciousness. Miseries are actually an imputes and help to
Impetus.
elevate us to Krishna impetus and help to elevate us to Krishna consciousness. An intelligent man questions why these miseries are inflicted on him by force. However, modern civilization's attitude is let me suffer, let me cover it by some intoxication, that's all. But as soon as the intoxication is over, the miseries return. It is not possible to make a solution to the miseries of life by artificial intoxication. The solution is made by Krishna consciousness.
Thank you, Mataji.
Next paragraph, Mataji.
No, Mataji, I'll first try to explain this little bit. We have 4 minutes remaining for this meeting time, and it may end any time, so just bear with me. If I go beyond, then a reminder I will explain tomorrow. So this is next paragraph. Prabhupada is saying how Mahatma sees miseries. Miseries come to mind, body, and natural disturbances, right? So what are these three miseries in Sanskrit? What are the names? Anyone remembers? Anyone heard?
Mataji,
Adhyatmika,
Adhyatmika,
Adibhaudika.
Adi Bhautika and Adi Daivika.
Yeah, Adhyatmika is mind, through mind only. Most of the miseries now in Kali Yuga are through mind. It is already predicted in Bhavishya Puran, I think, that most of the people in Kali Yuga will not only experience physical ailments. They may come up with a lot of vaccines that this to uh, get rid of so-called very vast diseases, like in previously also few generations back also something called cholera was very very difficult to overcome. Villages together, they all used to die because of cholera. But now we don't even hear that, because those are all tackled by scientists. Somehow some vaccines have come. But mind is very difficult. Unnecessarily mind will get some past, some future problem which is not even there, some imaginary situation. It will make us either fearful of, or feel angry about, or put in anxiety. So many people have anxiety these days, right? Those panic attacks, people have given different names to all this. This is all played by mind. That is Adhyatmika. This is the misery. And second is body, to the physical body. And So how much ever the vaccines have come, there will be a new disease that will be produced by the external energy for inflicting upon us. Natural disturbances, tsunami. No one has understood of how to do what to do about this. And sometimes even forest fires, they just happen. No one starts them. So these are the miseries that are inflicted upon us. Now Prabhupada says, why are these miseries inflicted upon us? Hmm. Is this a very nice way for us to live here with miseries? Is Lord not merciful? That is what is many times everyone questions, right? And even I know personally many friends who have undergone so much misery and they think that there is no God. If God was there, why these miseries would come? God is there to protect us. That is what is their philosophy. They go to temples, they pray, they do all the vratas and pujas only because no misery should come to their life. And that is their understanding of what is God and what is me and what is my relationship with the Lord. My thing is, my relationship with God is what? He is my protector. That's all. And He should protect me from all miseries and He should always give me only opulences to enjoy. That is their kind of understanding. But what Prabhupada is telling here, whenever miseries come, an intelligent man questions why these miseries are inflicted on me by force. I don't want them. Why are these being inflicted by me? And this should act as impetus that I don't belong here. I should make a permanent solution. Hmm. So, for example, Prabhupada always gives this example of, a, a king's child, a king's son, who who leaves home, and after undergoing a lot of misery in the outside world, he realizes that no, my lord, my father's place was the best place for me. So if when he leaves the home and